Hello, I'm Michael with Writer Sanctuary. Today we're going to talk about 7 things you need to be aware of when starting a blog in 2019. Now there's a lot of YouTube videos and blog posts out there that show how other people have made 6-digit incomes with their blog posts. They provide some of the best tools you can use to engage an audience and to attract people to your site, but they really don't dive into the nuts and bolts of what drives the traffic in the first place. And that's going to be your content. Because on the internet, content is king. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? The first thing you need to be aware of is your competition. The internet is vast with competition. In fact, every half a second there's a new blog created. According to WordPress.com, 21.2 billion pages worth of content are read every day. I really wish the weather would decide what it's going to do. This spans across every industry and topic you can possibly think of. So when you're starting a blog in 2019, rest assured you're going to have a lot of competition. This means you have to do stuff to surpass that competition. A lot of bloggers will take a unique perspective on a topic and make it their own. And this works fairly well to an extent. But you gotta figure, anyone who's not reading your blog is reading somebody else's regarding the same niche. It's sunny, it's cloudy, it's sunny, it's cloudy. The second most important thing you need to keep in mind is that your topics will dictate your success. If you really want to bring in the money, it's going to take an insane amount of traffic. I'm talking like tens of thousands of visits a day. Now there's SEO techniques and tricks that you can do to get people to your site, but it's your content that's going to be the biggest factor. If you write content that no one wants to read, no one's going to read it. It's as simple as that. If you decide to start a blog in an industry that's not very popular, it's not going to generate a lot of interest. And even if there is a lot of interest, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to make a lot of money at it. A big part of the success of any blog is the industry in which you are niched down to. For example, my health and fitness blog makes far more money on platforms like AdSense than the gaming blog, even though the gaming blog gets quite a bit more traffic. The third thing you need to keep in mind is that it takes months, if not years, to succeed on average. Very few are able to start a blog one day and become a sensation overnight. A big part of this is because it takes so long for Google to index websites. My point is that you can't expect a quick turnaround when starting a blog. The fourth thing you need to keep in mind is that marketing matters. Now in a sense, putting in the best SEO practices could be considered a form of marketing. But I'm not just talking about search engine optimization. You also need to focus on things like the social element, email campaigns, getting the word of your website out there to the general public. Because if they don't know you exist, they're not going to read it. You need to find ways to get your blog in front of as many eyes as possible. The fifth thing you need to be aware of is keeping an eye on Google itself. On August 1st of 2018, there was an update rolled out for the algorithm that dropped a lot of pages for a lot of people. They dubbed it the Medic Update. Stuff like health and fitness websites and medical advice sites all saw a decrease in traffic. But other sites, like my gaming one, weren't unaffected. In fact, Writer Sanctuary itself got a boost. So you got to keep an eye on what Google's doing, because it can and will affect how many people visit your site. You just can't rely on social media like Facebook and Twitter alone. A large portion of your traffic is going to be organic search. And you've got to appease to the Google gods if you want to be a success on the search engine. The sixth thing you want to be aware of is don't rely solely on AdSense. AdSense is a good system to pad the bank account, but it shouldn't be your only go-to. In reality, to make $100 a day on AdSense, you would have to have between 30 and 60,000 visitors per day. And that depends widely on your industry. Some things, like a health and fitness site, need far less than something like a gaming site. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't use AdSense, just don't let it be the only way you monetize your blog. There's all kinds of different things you can do, such as selling digital products or doing e-commerce, selling through Teespring, promoting a podcast. There's a number of ways you can monetize a blog, just don't put all your eggs in one basket. The seventh thing you need to be aware of is that it takes a lot of work. Don't assume that if you build a blog today that you're going to start bringing in the money. It can be a very time-consuming, life-sucking, draining experience without any result. Everything from content marketing to just basic maintenance can make for a very long day. In a nutshell, owning a blog boils down to effort. If you approach it with a half-assed attitude, you're going to have a half-assed experience. Take me, for example. I know that quite well. I really didn't put in the effort that I should have in all my blogs. And for that, I really don't make a lot of money on them. They don't reach a wide audience. But that's one of the things I'm changing for 2019. Anywho, it's funny because if I put the same effort in my sites as I do my clients, I'd be far more successful. So what strategies are you going to implement on your blog for 2019? leave me in the comments down below. But anyway, if you found this video informative, hit the like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. That's going to do it for me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.